So which one of you is going to tell me that Basic Fun's releasing an LPS popular pack? Like, we need to talk about this. Hey guys, it's Honey. Welcome to a new video. I'm still currently battling my cold, so if I sound a bit stuffy, I apologize. But today we're going to be talking about some brand new LPS leaks. These leaks were found on the official Littlest Pet Shop website, which I will link down below so you guys can check it out for yourself. And they were found and brought to the community's attention by LPS Cream Collie 78. So shout out to them. So on the Littlest Pet Shop's website, they have a banner that scrolls and shows different LPS from each generation. It's pretty much been there since the beginning of the website for G7's relaunch, and it's been a pretty cool way to see some of the upcoming and currently released LPS. And that's where today's leaks have been found specifically. So we're going to take a look at them, discuss my personal opinions, and what I hope is going to be happening in the future. So starting us off, yes, we are getting a re-release of some of LPS Popular's main cast. It's not been confirmed whether or not these pets are going to be sold together, individually, in multiple packs. All we know is that they're coming back, and I think it's pretty clear that Basic Fun knows about LPS Popular and is hoping to profit off of it by re-releasing these pets. Doing a little side-by-side with the original designs, I do want to say that these are early images, so they will most likely look slightly different when they're released. Also, they'll probably be less shiny. So our first one is Collie 58's remake, or Sage, from LPS Popular. I am fine with how this pet looks. He has different eyes. He has little lightning bolt eye shines in his new version, and it looks like the brown on top of his head is darker. It also looks like his body is more white as well, less kind of gradient happening all over. And like I said, I'm completely fine with how this pet looks. It definitely looks different to the original Collie 58, but I'm not mad about it, and I think it's a cool way for people who don't have this pet to get one that looks similar enough and not break the bank. Next, we're getting a Brooklyn Hayes remake, LPS 339, I believe it is. The new version looks the most similar to the original, except her eyes are a bit more youthful looking, I guess. The original pet has this kind of resting face where she has an attitude, whereas the new pet just looks a bit more cheerful, but keeping the overall design. Again, I think she looks fine. A lot of people have said online that she looks very shiny, and she does look very shiny in this image, but I do think it's just the stock photo. I am pretty confident it won't be that shiny in person, just because I've opened multiple Wave 4 pets and none of them have been shiny so far. So I do think in general Basic Fun is trying to reduce the shininess of the plastic and paint that they're using, and these stock images are just unfortunately very, very shiny looking. Just like Collie 58, I am completely fine with how this pet looks. I think the little star eye shines are really cute, and I'm hoping it'll look good in person. Obviously, the main 5 molds, especially the collies, dachshunds, and short-haired cats, have looked quite different to their original counterparts mold-wise, but it'll be interesting to see how these ones stand up specifically. Our third popular remake is Savannah Reed, LPS 675, and this one's a little rough. The other two look decent, but this one, it looks a little fake. I'm not gonna lie. I really try and give these pets the benefit of the doubt, but this one just looks a bit ugh. I really just think it's the head mold. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully when we get the final product it'll look better, because the body looks fine. It looks like the original, but the head, it just looks like a fake LPS. I don't know what else to say. Like, they clearly nailed the design. They've pretty much recreated it one for one, but the mold that they're using for the head, at least in this stock image, is pretty bad. I'm really hoping when it actually gets released it will look better, but just going off the stock image, I don't know how to feel about it. I also want to point out that it's lacking the eyeliner in this re-released version, so the eyes kind of look a bit smaller as well. Again, that may change when it's actually officially released, but it's definitely not giving it the best first image. Now you might be thinking, we've had Sage, Brooke, Savvy, where is Tom? And Basic Fun really said, Tom Dawson who? Because as of right now, he's nowhere to be seen. There is no image of him on the website. Does that mean we won't get him? Maybe? I don't know. It feels strange for them to make 3 out of the 4 main popular characters, but not this little guy. So I don't know what's happening there. Maybe they will release him and they just haven't gotten the stock images done yet. Who knows? As of right now, at the beginning of September, there is no sighting of Mr. Dawson here. There is a Great Dane on the site, this one here, and oh boy, is he shiny. So it is a remake of this G2 pet here. I only own it in its packaging, so it's a little hard for me to record it all. This works, right guys? Okay, but like I was saying, this aluminium looking Great Dane is a remake of a G2 design. It is pretty much the exact same design, except now he is silver, and of course he has personality eyes, this one being little stars. I've seen a lot of people say it looks really gauntish and just in your face because Buddy is just like silver. Like, I kind of like it. Like, he almost seems like a little special edition to me. I'm fine with it. Again, I don't see a problem with him. I could understand why people wouldn't be a fan just because it's a lot, but I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, we have a gold panda, so why not a silver Great Dane? But as far as a remake goes, it definitely looks the best to me compared to the Dachshund Shorthair and Collie. And overall, the Great Dane remake in G7, the mold itself has been pretty solid, so I'm gonna assume this pet is going to look pretty decent as well. And it couldn't be a main 5 collection of pets without a Cocker Spaniel also being remade. This one is straight 1-for-1 remake, like virtually nothing has changed. The only thing, like always, is the eye shine. They are little diamonds instead of the original circles. But everything else about this pet is a complete 1-for-1 remake. I really like this pet, so again, just like I said with the Collie, this would be a great opportunity for people who like the original design to now get it for a cheaper price. And the Wave 3 Cocker Spaniel quality was really good, so I have a lot of hope that this Cocker Spaniel will also be looking amazing in person. I do think it's a tiny bit disappointing that all of these new main 5 leaks are just remakes though, like there's pretty much no originality to them. Everything is basically a 1-for-1 remake. The biggest difference is they turned one of the pets silver, and save for all of the eye shines turning different. Everything else is just the same, and while that's really cool for new collectors who can't get these original pets because the prices are really crazy and out of a lot of people's budgets, it kind of sucks for collectors who have been collecting for a long time and already have these pets, because it's like it's nothing really new, especially when the quality is like this. Like, why would I want to buy the new 675 when the quality is not as good as the old one and I already own the old one, if that makes sense? I don't know, let me know what you guys think of these main 5 pets being kind of re-released, what you think of their quality, and what you're hoping to see, because I want to see more main 5s, but I want to see some original designs. But those are not all the leaks we got. There's also been leaks of some food themed LPS and some very colorful designs that are set to come out. All of these designs seem to be original, which is good, and I will be showing them to you guys and giving my opinion. But once again, these designs may change by the time they're released, so just keep that in mind. mind. The first of these food themed pets I absolutely love, and it's probably my favorite out of all the new leaks, and that is this Rhino. It is themed like a strawberry cheesecake, and it reminds me of this Animal Crossing villager. I always forget her name, but the resemblance is like spot on. I don't know if that was their goal or not, but I really love this pet, and I am really looking forward to seeing what it's like in person. Like, this is by far my favorite out of the leaks. It is just so cute, and the design is so well executed. The colors, the placement, just everything. And then we take a big nosedive from that incredible high to this toucan. Some of these pets, I'm not too sure what the theme is meant to be, or if they even have a theme, so please feel free to let me know in the comments down below if I'm missing something, because I probably am, but I'm not the biggest fan of this toucan. I think the beak color is really cool, having multiple colors on the beak, but I think they should have just kept the body black and white. Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion, and we've already seen toucans in G7, so it's not a new mold or anything. And like I said, I would have really loved a colorful beak and maybe even a colorful tail, and then the rest of the body kind of just be neutral colors. But there's just a lot happening, and I don't know, it's a bit like whatever for me. I'd love to know if any of you guys really like this design though, because the colors are nice. I just think the way they've arranged them isn't the best. Next we have a very patriotic little German Shepherd. Again, maybe I'm missing something as a foreigner, but it just reminds me of the 4th of July. Especially because he has little like stars as his eye shines, which remind me of little fireworks. It's just giving 4th of July celebrations. I'm a bit on the fence about this design. I like the cream color, and I do like the kind of flame effect around the mouth. But the color choices I'm not too sure on. A lot of these leaks, I can definitely see the vision they were going for. It's just the execution could have been a bit better in my mind. Speaking of execution, this next pet is probably the one I'm most disappointed about, because it had so much potential. So we have this octopus, and it's clear that it's either meant to be an ice cream or a cupcake, because it has this colorful head with these different blues, pinks, sprinkles, and then the body is meant to represent what I assume is an ice cream cone with the dark brown and then light brown underneath. It's kind of also why I say it could be a cupcake. Either way, the same kind of realm. And I love how the head looks, okay? These blues, pinks, and the sprinkles, I really love it. And then I just wish they continued that design onto the body. I wish that they just abandoned the ice cream shtick and just continued the blues, pinks, and sprinkles onto the body. I think it would have been so cute. I do still think it's a really clever idea to use this pet as a food item with the head and body being different parts of the food. That's really cool. But I personally just would have loved if the body was also blue and pink and sprinkles and all that. But I'm so disappointed it doesn't look like that. But I can definitely appreciate the effort they went through to make it look like an ice cream or a cupcake, whatever it's meant to be. I think it is really creative, and I quite like it. Next is this Jaguar mold, and it's another pet where I really don't know what's going on with the colors or the design or anything. I think if they had made this Jaguar fully orange with green stripes, it would have looked really cool. But for some reason, halfway through, they turned it blue and yellow. All I can really think of is like those gummy worms that are like half red, half green. Maybe that was the inspiration for this Jaguar, but other than that, I really don't know what else this color palette and design could represent. I'm personally not a fan of it. I really wish the blue just wasn't there and it just was orange and green, but let me know what you guys think. We have a little inchworm. I really like this one. I think it's very cute. I think that the pink and yellow go pretty well together. I like that the little antennae almost look like straws. I'm not too sure what the exact like food item is meant to be, but I really just like how this pet looks. It's nothing bad and I'd be happy to get it. and it has heart eyes, and you guys know I always love LPS with heart eyes. Look at my mascot. But yeah, I think this is a pretty cute pet. We then have another Pet Triplets turtle. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sick of seeing the Pet Triplets turtle, but I like this one's colors. It's just all different shades of green. It reminds me of a little lime. And yeah, there's not really much to say about this pet because it's a green turtle. I mean, let's be real. But I think it's cute. I like green, so I like this pet. Next up, we have this Clydesdale, and I have mixed feelings about this pet because I really like that from this image, it seems like the hair is pearlescent, and I love a good pearlescent LPS. However, I don't know how I feel about the body. I can't tell if it's gold or just mustard yellow, and it has these swirls on it, which I'm fine with, but I don't know, I just feel like it could be better. I don't hate the design, and I'm always gonna love a pearlescent feature on an LPS, so I'll definitely want to get this pet, but there's just something I can't put my finger on. Maybe it's the yellow. Maybe the yellow needs to be different in my head. I don't know. Next we have a giraffe, and I feel like this is a really missed opportunity because if you look at the image of this giraffe, the spots are really freaking cool. They are different shades of pink, orange, and yellow, and I love that, especially because it is all over the pet, the head and the body. But I really hate the pink that they used for the overall like pet tone, like the base color. I don't like it. I think it should have been a really pastel baby pink, or even white would have been cool with all the spots being the colorful parts. Ugh. I really wish it was either one of those options because this kind of, I don't know, Pepto-Bismol looking pink is just not doing it for me. And I really love the colorful spots, so I just find it a bit disappointing that the base color is this gross pink. Again, let me know what you guys think for all of these pets. I'm just sharing my opinions, and feel free to disagree with me. If you're a big fan of that pink, I do apologize, but this is just what I'm thinking. Next pet is this bunny, and while I am sad that they are using this bunny mold because we just got the lop-eared bunny back, I really like this design. It's very like childish, but it's cute. I think it's really cute. I could definitely see this pet being like a special edition LPS in a multi-pack, and I really like the design. I know a lot of people aren't probably gonna like this one because there's just a lot going on, but I really think it's adorable. If any of you guys have seen Savannah Family baby furniture, it really reminds me of that whole kind of vibe, and I like this pet. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna defend this little cute baby bunny. Even though I would have preferred the lop-eared bunny mold, the overall design is very adorable. Not too sure what it has to do with food, once again, but maybe this one isn't part of the food theme. I don't know. Next is this orange paw-up cat, and yes, it is another orange paw-up cat. We have gotten, I think, one every single wave. And I'm kind of neutral on this pet. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I think the intricate stencil designs on the forehead and body are really cool, and I really think this pet would have looked amazing if they had made it white with blue stencil details to make it look porcelain. But instead we got another orange paw-up cat, and like I said, I don't hate it, but it's definitely not my favorite, and I am getting a little tired of seeing the same orange cat over and over again, just in slightly different variations. The stencil design is really cool though, and like I said, if they brought this back with like a white and blue theme for a porcelain pet, I would be so on board. Next pet, we are going straight back into food, and that is the hot sauce shark. This guy is so goofy, and he is so on the nose about what he is that I love it. Okay, I love him because he is so stupid. Like, Buddy is a hot sauce bottle, but it's just so funny that I love it. He's got the little green top, he's got the little label at the front of his face, and of course the flames going down the side. It's just so ridiculous, but I love him because of that. Like I said, some of these pets, I have no idea what they're trying to do with the colors and patterns and themes, but this guy is so on the nose that you can't hate him. Like, let's be real. The second last pet is this baby Pet Triplets squirrel. And it's another pet I really don't know what they're trying to accomplish. It has the same color palette as the hot sauce shark, but it's just like it has no clear direction, so I don't know what they're trying to do. I like this mold, but I really don't like the color choices they've made. I mean, they gave the guy a green tongue. I'm definitely not a fan of the design. If you want to use these colors, I feel like there has to be better ways to do it. And the very last pet I want to love so badly, but there is one thing stopping me from loving it completely, and that is this bull. You might be thinking, what is stopping me from loving him? He looks really cute. And you would be correct, because I really love this bull's design. When I look at him, I don't think food, I think cheerleaders, like a football team. He's supporting his team. He's got little sweatbands around his wrists. He's painted the tips of his horn. He has some paint on his face supporting, like it's all there. I love it. I'm just not a fan of the hair. If the hair was just blue or brown or fully yellow, I think I would have really liked it. I think that it's just because it's this split between yellow and blue, I'm like, ooh. Now this could just be me, because like I said, I love everything else about this pet, and I'm really happy to see the bull come back, and I love that they painted the nose and the ears and everything. But I don't know, for me personally, if I were to ever get this bull, I'd definitely be repainting the hair and probably the tail, because the tail is probably also a similar color. But everything else about it I really like. I think it's very cute. Even the patch around the eye and everything, even though it is more colorful, this in my opinion is a lot easier on the eyes compared to the squirrel, for example, that was shown just before this. Like, they've definitely navigated the color palette and the placement a lot better on the bull. And this is what I mean with, even if they want to use a specific color palette, there are good ways to go about it and there are not so good ways. So that was all of the leaks from the Littlest Pet Shop website. A real mixed bag of pets. We're getting a bunch of reproductions, a handful of them from LPS Popular, which is quite the coincidence, and a bunch of new food and very colorfully themed LPS. I'd love to hear what your guys' opinions are on these pets. You guys know mine, but I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, especially on the reproductions, because it is literally just one-for-one remakes, besides the Great Dane, because he's at least like the Tin Man now from Wizard of Oz. And of course, what's your overall thoughts about these food themed pets and the bright colors and everything? There are a couple that I actually really like, but some that definitely need work. I've seen a pretty mixed reaction online on LPS Instagram. Some people are really excited about the reproductions, and some people think that they look like fakes. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think. I want to say a big thank you to everyone for watching this video. Like I said, there'll be a link to the Littlest Pet Shop website in the description down below if you want to head on over there and see the scrolling banner for yourself. I hope this video was entertaining and a little bit informative, and if you enjoyed, like always, please do not forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Until then,